Hey guys, today I want to talk about why millennials and Gen Z are going to die some of the toughest, worst deaths, even when compared to previous ancestors or parents, boomers, Gen Z. Boomers are coming towards the end of their rope. Many of them are going to be dying soon if they haven't already. Many have. But a lot of them have a wife and kids, and they built a decent life. They felt like they accomplished something. I think a lot of millennials and Gen Z aren't going to have that luxury. Not only did Gen Z and millennials kind of get the short end of the stick with job opportunities, business opportunities, etc. in life, but they're not even going to get to die in peace either. Many millennials are going to die poor, lonely, without a wife, without kids. And even the supposed lucky ones that do have a wife and kids, many of them will die divorced, separated, probably with kids that hate them, etc. Now, I know I'm not speaking for everyone here, but that is a horrible feeling, dying and feeling like you've accomplished nothing. Or accomplished very little. You didn't do anything in your life except work, buy a few stupid toys, and spend hours of your life sitting in traffic. And that's actually years of your life. A lot of us spend years of our life in traffic if you add the numbers up. Just waiting. And that's if we're lucky enough to keep our faculties. Because if you end up with dementia, your mental faculties can go quick. Of course, maybe that's a blessing in a way. I mean, in one sense, dementia is a horrible disease. I've had to see it myself. But then maybe you die not knowing any better. To decide whether that's a blessing or a curse, ultimately. And as even millennials now are getting older, for example, I'm approaching 40. Millennials are going to have to think about death more and more. And a lot of millennials, to add to it, are not going to get to do the things they wanted to do in life because I don't have to tell you, the records are showing prostate cancer, colon cancer, and other cancers are at an all-time high. So a lot of millennials, I think, are going to die prematurely. They're not even going to die in old age. The food is so unhealthy and corporatized that it's going to lead to premature death. But even despite that, no matter what age, you're on your deathbed, if you don't even get to die in peace, that's an awful thing. And I also think millennials, many of them watch their boomer parents die, or their boomer parents that may be dying, are going to get to process death differently too. With a feeling that there's nothing after, which is reasonable. But for some, that may be a form of catharsis, that there is nothing after this life. And it's good to want it to end. But for other people, that's not a form of catharsis. I've noticed many people are frightened of the proposition of total oblivion. But at least if you've accomplished something in life, you get to lay on your deathbed and look back at what a great life you had. A lot of millennials are not even going to get that, and Gen Z. All of this just makes me want to buy some small place out in the middle of nowhere and hide from people. Just hide from people, hide from the 9 to 5, hide from the grind, hide from the traffic. But anyway, I know I don't speak for all millennials. I know that there's some that are going to die feeling accomplished and everything. But I do think I speak for a lot of millennials and Gen Z. But, like it or not, we're all going to have to confront dying. And for some of us, a lot sooner than you would think. But let me know what you think of the situation down in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you guys. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.